hello, yeah. So this is a playtest of Risky Raiders. This is playtest 4. I put a little logo down here that says playtest 4. And we're going to go ahead and get started. However, before I start, I thought I would show some of the game art. Now, this is temporary art that I wanted to create in order to basically just have something that looks good enough to do a Kickstarter or generate more interest in the game. This is temporary art. I would like to hire an actual artist. That's one of the reasons I'm looking for funding. But this is some of the temporary art that I will most maybe use in crowdfunding videos. But anyways, this is the Tablet Obscura. It's an artifact, one of the 3 artifacts that you find. Now, by the way, these titles are definitely not final. I wanted them to sound cool, but I also did not want them to be so complicated that people would trip over them. And I mean, like I said, I really want this game to be for like more of a general audience. So I am careful not to put anything complicated that's going to give them that's going to distract them from the game or give them an idea that this card does more than what it really does. Anyways, let me go ahead and move on. And what I said about the names, all these names are kind of complex right now. I need to change them. Next, we have the medical kit. I guess that's not too complicated. This is one of the tools, and it cures poison. Torch. I said tools. This is another piece of equipment, and it lets you see in darkness. So if you draw a darkness card and you have this, you can continue playing. Serpent diadem. This is just a treasure. It's worth $600. Diadem is not a word most people are familiar with. It should probably be something like pendant, but I think it sounds cool. And I really like how the actual item looks. This is pit. It's a trap. You need rope to get out of the pit. Also, this art is somewhat inconsistent. Hopefully it's good enough to use as a prototype to make fundraising videos. We'll see. Poison. This is another trap. It requires a medical kit if you get poisoned. Okay. Spectre. Trap. Give your most valuable asset to the other player in last place. I really tried to make that statement at the bottom as short as possible while still explaining the rules. Please put in the comments, one, if you like these cards, but also if you think I did an okay job of describing what this card does. Since it's a very special card, I think it's important that the instructions are on the card. This is the shortest way I could think of to explain what it does. Give your most valuable asset, that's pretty obvious, to the other player in last place. It sounds kind of awkward, but the reason I did that is because some people in the game, board game design community were unclear. They wanted to know that if you draw this card, if you're the person in last place, can you just keep it? And that is not the case. So I had to put the other player, or maybe I should put to another player in last place. But see, that sounds weird too. That's why I said the other player in last place. We'll see if that works or not. I'd like to hear your comments and ideas, and if you have a better way to word it that'll fit on about 2 lines in that space, let me know. Copper ring. This is like one of the most basic treasures. I don't see why this one can't just stay the way it is. It's clear. You know what it is. You understand that it's kind of a cheap treasure, not too rare. That's why it's only worth 200. Gilded Mask. I like this one. I think gilded is okay. I know not everyone knows it means golden, which I think it means golden. But it just sounds good and rolls off the tongue, so I'd probably keep this one the way it is. But I do want to hear your feedback. Yorgle's Chalice. Okay. This probably should just be something like Golden Chalice, but Yorgle is a reference to something. I'll let you figure that out. And I probably shouldn't call it Yorgle's Chalice. I should probably just call it something simpler. But for now, it's called Yorgle's Chalice. It's one of the cheaper treasures. And that's all. I do have other cards. Maybe I'll show them later if you like it. If you're watching this and you like seeing these cards, let me know. I'll keep showing them as I'll show new cards. And just give me your opinion on if you think these are okay. Honestly, this project, I've had this game in mind for decades. And I have off and on kind of revisited it and tweaked the rules and things, but I think I'm just ready to. The game hasn't changed that much since its original incarnation, and I think it's fun. People that test it seem to think it's fun, so I feel like I'm ready to just put this out there in the world, see if people like it, hopefully get an artist to make it look much better, and just make it available for people to buy that would enjoy it. Okay, and I'll go ahead and remove that and we'll do a playtest. No, not that logo. This image. Okay, so we're going to do our this is playtest number 4. Like I said, I do these daily. I probably won't do them on the weekends, and to be honest, I may not. Here's the escape card. You have to keep it separate. I may not. Next week, I may not stream it every day. I feel like I've done a few playtests, but I'm doing it by myself. I want to get some more playtests up and hopefully actually stream them, or at least film them to put in YouTube, or make them into a YouTube video. But in any event, I'm not sure next week if I'll keep doing this. If you are listening to this and you care, I don't have really any audience, but I hope to build one up. But if you're out there and you care, I will definitely keep doing these every day if you enjoy this. And it is valuable for me. I'm just not 100% sure if I'm going to do it next week. Maybe I will. Anyways, okay, so Risky Raiders is a game about finding treasure, finding more treasure than your opponent. It's a very simple game. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking to make this anything complex or deep. I'm looking for something that general audiences can play. That's about the complexity of like Sorry or Uno. I think Uno is the best analogy. It's cliche, but it's a very simple game that's fun, and that's all I'm really going for. I'm not going for a lot of depth or anything like that. Anyways, here's the escape card. We've got to build our first chamber. Players explore chambers to find treasure. You have to have 12 cards for a chamber. So I've got the escape card, which has to be in every chamber, and then I'll add 11 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, like I did yesterday, I'll put the deck here because it is something that you use in the game. And of course, you have to roll the dice to see who goes. Now I'm going to shuffle this so we can make our first chamber. And today what I'm going to do, and this was another suggestion by the board game development community on Reddit, is I'm going to play as player 1 the way I would play. Player 2, I'm going to let him take every risk in the world. And player 3, they're going to be super conservative. So they will probably only take one card and quit. And we're just going to see what that does to the gameplay. It's a good test. Oh, looks like I counted out 11. So there we go. We have a 4x3 grid. It's this is the chamber that we're going to explore. It's player 1's turn. Let's roll. Player 1 gets a 4. So let's just pick. Like I said, this is how I would play. Diamond. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I really don't have anything to lose except for my turn. 800. Oof. One more. Probably regret this. 600. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now what happens is I can end my turn at any time. Yes, I rolled a 4 and I could pick a 4th card, but I am choosing to end my turn so I can take my treasure. If I were to turn over a trap on my 4th move, I would lose that treasure because you have to end your turn to pick it up. Diamond is a card that requires that you match it to another diamond to collect it, so that one is going to flip back over. Player 2's turn. This is the guy that takes every risk in the world. 1. Oh, I don't know why I did that one. 2. 600. Okay. That's their treasure. Diamond goes back over. Player 3, super conservative guy or lady. 4 or 5, but 1. I keep drawing that one. I don't know why. Okay, they're going to stick with 200. They got a treasure. They're happy. Player 1, that's me. I'm going to play the way like I said, that I would want to really play. Okay. 400. I'm going to stop there because I've got some treasure. It's all about having the most money at the end of the game or the most value in treasure. So I'm going to stop there, and that's going to be the end of my turn. Like I said, hopefully you'll see it in this game, but there's a potential for me to lose that treasure I flipped. Player 2's turn. This person takes all the chances in the world, even though they've got 1,000 there. Medical kit. This is a good go. There's the treasure. Medical kit is equipment that you can use in the game. If you encounter a trap and you have the right equipment, you won't lose your treasure and you get to keep going. Player 3, 2, how about 1? Okay, they're super conservative, so they're going to stick with that. My turn, I'm number 1. Oops, I rolled a 5. Let's do this one. Okay, that's the escape card. That means that the round ends and my turn ends. So I'm going to pick up all the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it into another chamber of 12 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shuffle, because we don't want to know where the escape card is. That's part of the game. Whenever you whenever you flip the escape card, the round ends and your turn ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. That was the end of my turn because when the round ends, that player's turn ends. It's player 2 who takes all the risk. They're going to draw this card. An artifact. This is a very important card. When you get all 3 artifacts out of the deck, the game ends. That's when you start adding up your treasure. Now, like I said, they're risky. In real life, they should stop here because it's very valuable, but we're going to flip it. Oh, wow. They're very lucky. They've got an artifact, and we have to remember that's 1 out of 3 artifacts that have been found, but it's technically a treasure. Rope, another piece of equipment that can help you get out of a pit, which is one of the traps. Player 3's turn, very conservative. We're going to do 1. Wow. And they are going to keep that treasure. That's the second artifact found. And now it's my turn. I only rolled a 1. So let's flip this card. Torch. Okay. I've got some equipment now. Player 2's turn. Who's risky? Pit. They've got a rope they can use to get by this pit so they can keep playing. It doesn't end their turn. You put the traps and the equipment back at the bottom of the deck. If it's only a trap and they don't have the equipment and their turn ends, you put that in the bottom of the deck too. Flip 2, emerald. Flip 3, 4. Like I said, these two are cards you have to find their mate to collect them. And last move is 5, escape. Okay, so they get to keep 400. These require that you've matched them to pick them up, so those get flipped back over. We got the escape card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to make our next chamber. Shuffle. Shuffle up the chamber. Shuffle it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. That was the end of player 2's turn. Player 3. They rolled a 6, but they're very conservative. They're probably going to take whatever they get first. Well, that's nothing, so they're going to keep going. Another match card. Interesting. Another match card. This actually, now we've seen obviously you probably noticed gems are the things that you have to match. And so now you've seen them all. Sapphire, emerald, ruby, and diamond are all worth different values. Whoa. They're going to quit there. They take this, since they found the mate, they get to collect it. It is, even though it's 2 cards, it's only worth $600. Okay. And these get flipped back over. Now it's my turn. I only rolled a 1. Let's see what I can get. Why did I draw that one? I have a bad habit of doing that, not paying attention. But that can happen in a real game. So player 2 rolls a 6, and they are going to take every risk in the world. Diamond, rope. What was this one? 400. Darkness. Okay. They would have to have a torch to pass darkness. They don't have one. So what does that mean? That means that their turn is over. The trap card called darkness goes to the bottom of the deck. And the treasures that they flipped are flipped back over. Now, even though player 3 is playing conservatively, I don't think... Let's see what they roll first. They rolled a 5. I don't think they would pass up the opportunity to get those treasures. So we're going to flip 1 and 2. Oh, this was the 400. 3. And they're going to end their turn there because they get some treasure and some equipment. Flip diamond back over because its mate was not found. It's now my turn. 2. Let's say we go here. Spectre. Oh boy. The Spectre is a very special card. You saw it at the beginning of this video. When you draw a Spectre, you must give your most valuable treasure to the next player who's in last place. So, let's see what my most valuable treasure is. 800. Well, it's 800. So, let's see. We're going to have to determine who's in last place. Let me put my 800 here. 3, 2, 4, 2,400, 3,400. Equipment is worth nothing. Wait, they had 3,400, 2, 3,000. They have, this player has 4,000. So my 800 goes to another player who's in last place. Now, the trap gets put in the bottom of the deck, the Spectre, and I do technically get to continue my turn. So let's do this. Emerald match for 800. Okay. So that was the end of my turn. I didn't really get anything out of it. I just lost a treasure. There's only one Spectre card in the deck. Okay. Player 2's turn. They're very risky, but they only drew one card. So I think the only one we haven't drawn is this. 200. Okay, they keep it. Player 3's turn, who's very conservative. They've got 6. I think there's nothing left. There's the escape card. Okay, I think all these are just matches. So we're going to take the escape card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you ever want to play with me, I would love it. I hope I get enough of if I can get enough people interested that actually kind of follow me and things like that. If you pop into this Twitch stream, I will definitely play with you. I would love to play test with other people. And you know, this is a game simple enough to where we could do that. I get up really early. I'm on the East Coast, and I start my day at 7 a.m. and I usually spend about an hour in the beginning doing this stream before I have to, get to work on my other job. All right, so let's start right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, that was player 3's turn. Their turn was over. They flipped the escape card. So now it's my turn. I rolled a 2. Let's do this one. That's the end of my turn. I don't have a medical kit. Like player 2, if they had drawn this, they could use their medical kit to continue. I don't. I can't. So my turn is over. We return traps to the bottom of the deck. Player 2 rolls a 5. They pulled the escape card, so that's the end of that round. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could have figured that out. 12. So we keep all the same cards. Any cards that are not taken from the chamber get recycled in each chamber. That's how matches come up for the jewels. And it ensures that you basically play through every card that's available in the game. But sometimes you don't get the Spectre. It all depends on how fast the artifacts come up, which they could technically come up before all the players have been able to play. So that's a design flaw. I have considered putting one artifact at the bottom of the deck, so it always goes through every card, but something about that seems like an artificial fluffing of the game. I don't know. Honestly, I'm probably overthinking that. That would guarantee that games lasted long enough. Now, also, I was thinking I could do like, what is it? I can't think of it. Phase 10. Make it multiple games, and it's like something like after 3 games, you tally up the scores. That way, like in phase 10, somebody can get their phase and that round's over, and it's like there's some players that may not have been able to even play that turn. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, that was player 2's turn, so we're going to go to player 3. Let's flip this. They got a medical kit. They're going to stop there because they're very conservative. My turn, I roll a 4. I'm going to flip this. Diamond. Escape. Okay, so that's the end of that round. Alright, so we only need one card to rebuild our chamber, but these things do have to get shuffled. We know from the previous chambers that there's a lot of gems in there to match. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My turn ended. Player 2's turn. 1, 2. They're going to keep going because they're playing it risky. 3, 4. Oh, wow, they matched the emerald. Good. So they get 800 for those. And they got some equipment. So they can afford to be risky at this point. Because if you have all the equipment you need to overcome any trap, you can play much more risky. It is player 3's turn. 4. Torch. They're going to quit there because they're playing super conservatively. But they now have every treasure you can get. So, I'm sorry, every piece of equipment that you can get. So they can afford to be risky. So even though they're conservative players, I think it's unrealistic to say they wouldn't at least keep going. So the next time they probably will be a little more risky. And the Spectre's gone. There's only one in the card, so they really can overcome any trap at this point. My turn, I rolled a 6. 800. Let's go one more. Ruby, let's go one more. 1,000, I'll take it. 1,800, I end my turn. Ruby, we did not find the match, so we're going to stick it back, click it back over. Player 2's turn. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Ooh. 4. So this is obviously the escape card. This has never happened. This is why we play test. They do get their turn is over. They get the ruby. Diamond, there's no mate. They get the artifact, and I think that was the 3rd artifact, right? Yeah, that was it. This is the end of the game. But I was going to say, if the game did continue, the next player would know this was the escape card, so it's basically like a lose a turn situation for them. So, you know. Alright, so that's the end of the game. Let me put my escape card aside. That makes it a lot easier to... since it's a special card that has to be in every chamber, I always put it on top of my deck. Anyways, it's time to add up the players' treasure to see who wins. Let me get my calculator out. Okay, so first is me. 6. That's 1,000. 1,000. That's 2,800. I'm gonna write this down because I have a terrible memory. I forgot that fast. Wait a minute. Oh, 2,800. Okay. Now we're going to do player 2 and player 3. Oh my goodness, look at this stack. They've obviously won. And they played the riskiest. Oops. Okay. That's 800 for both. That's 700 for both. Oh man, they obviously won. and 2000s. Wow. 7,700. Amazing. Yesterday there was a super high scoring game for a single player too. But I've also played games where it came down to just hundreds of dollars. All right, like I said, equipment isn't worth anything when you're tallying your points. So, alrighty, and last, let's see. Maybe I don't know. Player 3, I doubt they're gonna win. We got 2,400 with these two. It's 3,000, 3,800, 4,200. So, player 1 is in last place with 2,800. Player 2 won the game with 7,700. And player 3 ended up with 4,200. Wow. Interesting. I can't believe I got beat by, a basic strategy algorithm. But that's fine. Sometimes that happens. That's about it. If you have any suggestions, ideas, feedback, please let me know in the comments. I promise I will reply to every single comment. I'm also on Reddit at riskyraiders, which is where I post, things like cards and when I put things on YouTube and stuff like that. And I'm active in the Reddits for board and card game development. I don't have a Discord yet. I'll probably make one soon, just in case. Hopefully I can get a few fans on board with this game. And I'm on YouTube at Risky Raiders. And that is all. Thank you for watching. See ya. Bye.